Daphne Keane talked about how long she hopes to stick around in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She first played X-23 in 2017's Logan and came back for Deadpool and Wolverine, the only MCU film of 2024. Since that movie has become the highest-grossing R-rated film ever and fans have loved Keane's return, X-23 might be around for a while and could be part of more MCU projects in the future. In a chat with Empire magazine via a comic book movie, Daphne Keane was super excited about the idea of continuing as X-23 in the MCU. She said, "I would 100% do this for the rest of my life." Laura, as part of the Resistance in the Void, was part of a cool mix of multiverse characters in Deadpool and Wolverine. Given how the movie wraps up, it's clear there's a straightforward way for Keane to return as X-23. So now the question is, what Daphne Keane's MCU future as X-23 would look like. At the end of Deadpool and Wolverine, Keane's X-23 was the only member of the Resistance seen outside the Void. She came back to Deadpool's universe, sharing a meal with Wade Wilson's friends and sitting next to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. This ending makes her the most likely character from the movie's multiverse to pop up again in another MCU film, as she could easily team up with Deadpool and Wolverine in their next adventure. Given the popularity of Keane's X-23, her eagerness to return, and how her storyline wrapped up in Deadpool and Wolverine, it's pretty likely she'll show up in one of the next two Avengers movies. Avengers Doomsday is set for 2026, and Avengers Secret Wars will wrap up the multiverse saga in 2027. X-23 and the rest of the Resistance might team up again in Secret Wars with other multiverse heroes. Plus, X-23, Deadpool, and Wolverine could also lend a hand in Doomsday, possibly joining the MCU Avengers to take on Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom as the multiverse faces chaos. With Keane expressing a desire to play X-23 for the rest of her life, she might stick around in the MCU well past the two Avengers movies. Marvel Studios is already working on its X-Men reboot, with the first film having found a writer. At just 19, Keane could play a significant role in the new X-Men movies, either as a Wolverine alongside Jackman's Logan, or a new actor, or even as Marvel's sole Wolverine. After Deadpool and Wolverine, Daphne Keane's future in the MCU looks very promising, especially because of the powers and abilities. Laura, who was initially introduced as a female clone and later revealed to be Wolverine's biological daughter, has powers very similar to his. Her main mutant ability is an accelerated healing factor, which lets her heal from injuries like gunshot wounds, slashes, and punctures in just seconds. She can even reattach severed limbs, such as when she reattached her hand to escape from restraints. Her healing powers also boost her immune system, making her immune to diseases and infections, and she's resistant to most drugs and toxins, though some drugs can affect her if the dosage is high enough. Like Wolverine, Laura's regenerative abilities suggest she could be potentially immortal. Laura's mutant healing factor not only boosts her healing abilities, but also enhances her physical senses, speed, agility, reflexes, balance, and endurance to superhuman levels. Like Wolverine, she has retractable claws hidden in her forearms, which she extends through the tissue of her knuckles, creating small wounds that heal quickly thanks to her healing factor. However, Laura has 2 claws per hand as her main weapons, unlike Wolverine, and also a single retractable claw in each foot for defensive purposes. These claws were forcibly removed by Zander Rice, sharpened, coated with adamantium, and reinserted into her body. She managed to escape before they could fuse her skeleton with adamantium. With the claws being adamantium coated, they are nearly unbreakable and can cut through almost anything. In addition to her natural powers and skills, Laura has been host to the Enigma Force twice, gaining unique abilities from the entity. She was the first mutant chosen by the Enigma Force and is one of the few to have been chosen more than once. After their second encounter, the Enigma Force named her its heir, a connection marked by a symbol on her right hand at the end of the Killing Dream story arc. Raised in captivity and trained to be a living weapon, Laura is highly skilled with long-range weapons and explosives, and is an expert in hand-to-hand combat. She has received extensive training in both armed and unarmed martial arts. Additionally, she has been conditioned with a trigger scent that can induce a berserker rage, although it's uncertain if this will ever be completely controlled. Laura is fluent in French and Japanese, and Zander Rice once noted her intellect as being off the charts. Now, beside her power, what is more interesting to me is her connection to other X-Men characters that MCU can officially introduce through her movie. And on top of my list is Daken. Daken is Logan's son and the closest thing Laura has to a brother. He's sort of the opposite of Laura, much like Sabretooth is to Wolverine. Although Laura acknowledges their blood connection, they don't see each other as family initially. They first clashed when the Dark Avengers, led by Norman Osborn, invaded Utopia. They didn't really meet until Laura and Gambit arrived in Madripoor searching for Malcolm Colcord. At first, Daken doubts that Laura is a clone of their father until she reveals her claws. Daken criticizes Laura for coming to Madripoor and claims they're nothing alike. They clash until Daken decides to help her, but Laura turns him down. When Daken faces Colcord about his plans to revive Weapon X, he pretends to lead Laura and Gambit to Colcord as part of a trick. However, this is also a deception, as he knocks out Gambit and helps Colcord capture Laura. After learning about Laura's past from Colcord, Daken helps her escape from her cell. He tells Laura that she's just a construct, but she counters that he's just like her. Both were turned into weapons by their respective handlers. Daken replies that he controls his own destiny. They then form a brief alliance to take down Colcord's new project. Before they go their separate ways, Daken asks Laura why she doesn't go after more power when she could easily get it. Laura replies that her goals aren't about power and questions why Daken wants more when he already has plenty. Daken says that power is all he has. Laura's encounter with Daken makes her realize she controls her own destiny and can shape it as she wishes. Unlike his feelings towards Logan, Daken doesn't seem to harbor the same hatred for Laura, and in later series like Wolverine's, he even shows affection for her. In stories like Reign of X, he actively refers to Laura and Gabby as his sisters. However, Jones praised artist Phil Noto's portrayal, noting that despite the relationship's issues, the emotional subtleties in the characters' expressions were impactful, especially Everett's heartbreak as he faces Nimrod. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.